Your detour can lead you to love if you let it. We're going to talk about something that's so powerful. But before we talk about it,
And with Chance and Jilly God-Ordained Union, we're here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to help increase God-Ordained Union.
yes, we are so pro-marriage.
Yes.
It is not political. It is not religious. It is not a church thing. It is God's word.
Yes.
And so we love marriage. We were happily single. We were in our singlehood healthy, but we desired marriage. And so that's what this channel is about. If you are single and you desire marriage, this channel is for you. And what I love about this channel is that there wasn't a this channel when we were single.
Right.
At least I ain't never found it. But on this channel, we don't have relationship, quote unquote, advice. We focus on singles and what singles are doing and not doing or could be doing to prevent themselves from being married. As a single person, I had a couple of blocks on me. Didn't know till I was almost 50 years old. But when I was 48, I came across Terrence's profile on a dating app. And it was still some process to go through. 50 when we officially met, 51 when we got engaged, and 52 when we got married.
And for me, I was divorced 16 years after being married for 16 years. So I had a lot of healing to do. I had a lot of rebuilding to do. Okay. I had a lot of redefining who I was to do. So
we know what you're going through.
We know exactly what you're going through.
Yes.
There were many times when I thought I didn't deserve it, that I had already messed it up and God didn't have anybody else for me, that there was not going to be another chance. All these things, I felt like God was mad at me because I didn't do it right the first time. And all this emotional roller coasters that y'all are going through, been there, done that.
Been there, done
Understand
that.
it.
We understand it. So on this channel, we've only 4 years in, but on this channel, we're going back to get the singles. We're going back to tell you the things that we should have known back then. The things that were hemming us up, the things that were blocking us, the things that, and even encouragement, because people, especially when you come out of certain relationships, they would think you would come out to think that you're the worst person in the world. And so on this channel, we encourage you, but again, we help you see some things that you probably are not seeing yourself, maybe because your loved ones aren't seeing it either, or they just don't want to hurt your feelings. But on this channel, this your channel if you want marriage. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications.
Yes. Make sure you share every video.
Because we want the word to get out. We want, singles to understand what's going on. Also down in the descriptions, you will find out when we do pre-recorded videos like this one, when we go live, when we do our one-on-ones, when we meet in our private group. We have an ebook for ladies. Ladies, if you want to know how to communicate with a potential prospect person, if you want to know how to, get rid of some of the blocks you can be having, you definitely need to get the ebook. What else? We have a prayer call we invite you to, which is every Friday. That's down below as well. Also, we're in partnership with eHarmony. So if you want to try online dating, if it's not for you, that's fine. We say don't limit God. But if you want to try, you can search your matches for free. The link is below.
Yes.
And whatever.
And follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes.
Because that's when we share our day-to-day.
Our personal.
Who we really are. So you can see that what you see on our videos is what you get.
Is what you get.
We're the same people.
And let me tell you about our content. We just pull up a camera and catch moments. We don't stage nothing. We pull up a camera and we catch moments. And as a matter of fact, we don't even pull up a camera. We pull up our phone and we just catch moments. So make sure you subscribe and all that great stuff. All right. So we don't even know if we're going to have time to air this at our regular time, Sunday nights at 8 p.m. But we literally just got off of a plane. The Uber just dropped us off at home, and we have to get this message out because something happened. If you're following us on Instagram or Facebook, you know what happened. But something happened when we got to the airport when we were leaving. So we went to a wedding.
Yeah, let's back it up and share what happened.
So we went to a wedding over the weekend. A lot of you know Wanda, who follows this channel, and who was in a private group for a long time until she got her boo. But Wanda got married, and so she and her husband, her now husband, Randy, they're good friends of ours. And Randy is also one of the inspirational speakers on the prayer call. So they got married this weekend, and so we went up and came right back. We went up for the wedding to Maryland and came right back. So we left on Friday. We took a flight on Friday. It was like, we're not gonna drive. We just want to hop on a flight and come back. So Friday.
Yes.
What happened Friday?
Friday. Now, y'all should know by now, I love going places early. So Friday, we go to the airport, and it was a great thing because we went there. We wasn't in a rush. We went there early. We went in there to get us something to eat. We went to stores. We was there early, just relaxing and doing things.
Flight was at 4:40.
Yes.
We got there at
somewhere around 12. 1 o'clock.
We got there so early.
The Uber picked us up around 12. So we got there probably around 12:30, 12. Yeah, something around.
Yeah, we couldn't even check into the lounge until 1:40 because you got to check in it's got to be in a 3-hour time. Yeah. So we couldn't even check in there till 1:40. So we were early.
Yeah, so we're just doing stuff to waste time and have some fun. Mm-hmm. Then we get a notice. The first notice that our flight had been delayed.
So we're in the lounge by now. We're just taking our time.
Mm-hmm. So we're in the lounge. We realized that, okay, we got extra time.
So we're chilling.
We're just chilling, okay? And then it got close enough, probably within like an hour of us having to board from the delayed time, we decided to go ahead and walk, to take our time, to walk up to the gate and get closer to where we was boarding. So again, we wouldn't be rushing, trying to walk all the way across the airport.
Well, let's back up. First of all, lounge food, maybe it's just dismissed, but the lounge food is not the greatest. Right. If you want to get a glass of wine, that's nice and all that great stuff. Food wasn't that great. So when they gave us, original flight was at 4:40. Then we got a notice that it was delayed 45 minutes. So we decided that instead of having dinner when we got to Maryland, we're just going to go ahead and because we didn't eat the food in the lounge.
Right.
We decided, let's just go and get something closer to the gate. Let's just sit down, go and get something closer to the gate. So so we got a second notice that it was a 45-minute delay. So we decided to leave the lounge early. Who leaves the lounge early? Right. The Smiths. We was like, no, this food is horrible. We leave the lounge early. We're going towards our gate to find something to eat.
Right. Now, here's the great thing. We get to the gate, decide we're going to go and get something to eat. So while we're sitting in there, and we sat down, we took our time, we sat, we was really relaxing, we wasn't in a rush. We ate, paid our bill, walked over to get us a seat.
At the gate.
Still
a little early.
But then all of a sudden, everybody at our gate gets up. And we're like, what's going on?
They just got up and walked away.
So we pull our phones out, go to our email, and saw that we had a message from the airline saying that our gate had changed. And there was a second layover. Well, we got the second layover first.
The second notice, the delay.
Second notice of the delay. But then it says that the gate changed. So now everybody's getting up. And mind you, we don't know why the delay. We don't know why.
That's just how the airlines are. They know that, baby.
Yeah. So we just get up, go with the group because all of us going at the same spot. Everybody's going to the same gate. We're all on the same flight. So we all just walk over there together.
We're walking. We're leisurely walking. Yeah, the Smiths were last.
Yeah. When we get over there, it was already a crowd of people at each of the gates.
So it was you know how in the airport, I like most of the airports are like this. You know how the gates be at the end, and so it's like a corridor, and it's like 42, 44, 46. It's like in a circle. It's like the end. So it's like packed. So the Smiths are just late. We're not late, but we last. That's what I'm gonna say. We were last because by the time we was moving. First of all, we both had a glass of wine in the lounge. So by the time, we just like we ain't got nothing better to do. We just like moseying on behind the crowd.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We going to Maryland. It's gonna be okay. By the time we get to the second gate, to the gate change, there was nowhere to stand. Definitely nowhere to sit. There was nowhere to stand, but it was in the middle of the floor. We just went to the middle of the floor.
We basically walked up, and right when we got like in the middle of everything, that's where we stopped because people was all in front of us and all around. So we just stopped right where we was, looked around, didn't see any seats. So we just stood there and just started talking.
We just waiting for whenever, another hour, whenever before the flight was going to come. And both of us had on baseball caps. Both of us was incognito. Not because anything other than, I like my head to be covered because we in public. So I like my head to be covered, because you're in public and you don't want no germs or anything. So I try to be as covered. I didn't have on a mask, but I always wear a baseball cap when I'm flying. Always.
And all of a sudden, a woman come up out of nowhere, like from behind us to around the front of Jill. And she said, "Oh my God, it's you." And people looking at us like we famous or something. We didn't know what was going on. And then she said, "I thought that was you when I saw you. But then I heard your voice." And she said this to Jill. "When I heard your voice, I knew it was you and I had to come up."
And I was like, still like, okay. Because first of all, it was an Asian woman. Now, this is just how it is. If it was a Black woman, probably I would say, okay, somebody I work with or somebody who from your family. But it was an Asian woman. So it caught me off guard. Like, I don't know if I was so relaxed. I don't know. I don't even know what I was saying that she would recognize my voice. No. But she said, "I watch your channel. I watch y'all. I watch y'all on YouTube. It's you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And when I say, I didn't know this come with this. I didn't know, because by the time she did that, everybody was looking at us like, who are they? Everybody.
Because we was in the middle of the floor.
We was in the middle of the floor.
So we were surrounded by everybody else that didn't have a place to sit. We were all standing.
They were looking at us, and then because you had on
I had on a hat. Military hat.
Yeah, so because we had on hats, they were probably looking at us like, who are they? Like, ain't nobody recognize us. Ain't nobody. But it was like they were looking like, well, who? But it was so beautiful because she told us that she had referred our channel to one of her friends, and she was telling her friend that you got a counterfeit. And I said, "Lord, we done got all these people, they got counterfeits." And but it was beautiful. And then we started taking pictures with her, and she was like, "Oh my God!" And so y'all, she was coming from Hawaii. She lives in Hawaii. She was traveling to Vegas
to see her mother.
And she said she had a choice of layovers. And she chose Charlotte. By the time we got to the gate, her gate was right next to ours. They were boarding.
Yeah.
We still had a delay at the second gate. We still had a delay, but she was boarding. She was about to get on her flight and she heard my voice. And what she say? She said she started not to, she said she heard.
She said she started not to disturb us, but she really wanted to share the story about her friend.
Yeah, she said she knew. She said first she said she didn't think it was us when she saw us,
right?
But she heard my voice. And when I say that thing, because you know everything's spiritual to me, when I say that thing got me.
There were several things that went into this that we need y'all to really sit back and really understand what all had to happen in order for this to even be possible. The first thing is that you have to give God permission to order your steps.
Wow.
Okay, there's so many people that God is doing things in the background for them, and they are resisting, or they're not seeing it with their spiritual eyes, or they're not hearing it with their spiritual ears. They just in their natural, humanness, and not even recognizing what God is saying or what God is doing on their behalf. So you have to give him permission. Okay. And then you have to be aware.
You got to make a choice.
You have to be aware. You have to keep your spiritual eyes and your spiritual ears open. Okay. So as things unfold, you recognize them in the spirit and know that there's something going on that you need. There are times when you're going to have to make a decision.
Yeah.
To participate in your own rescue.
You're going to have to make a choice.
Better phrase.
Okay. You got to give God permission to order. Because even on her side, she made a decision. But we would never fly to D.C., to Maryland.
Yeah, normally we drive.
This time we decided, we said, you know what? Because we had driven to the mountains. This summer we drove to Ohio. We drove last week to the mountains for outfit. We was like, you know what? Let's just get a flight and let's just let the car rest. And let's just, we got some other trips that's got planned in the next month, driving trips, road trips. So we was like, you know what? Let's just take a flight to the wedding. And that was a decision that we just like out the window. We would never caught a flight to Maryland. Like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We just don't.
So we chose to take the flight, as she said. But this woman, understand that she probably made her flight, and we don't know when, but she probably made her flight weeks in advance because she was going to see her mother. So that's probably not a last minute thing. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that she had a choice of layover, and she chose Charlotte, North Carolina, which is all the way across the country from where she's going, from where she was coming from.
Which is not logical. Which is illogical.
Because I'm pretty sure her other choices was closer to the West Coast than Charlotte, North Carolina was going to Vegas from Hawaii.
She chose a detour. That was a detour. Like, that's not even logical to go from Hawaii all the way to Charlotte to go all the way to Vegas.
And she did this, mind you, again, I'm only assuming here, but it wasn't the day that we flew. It had to be days or weeks out that she made this decision. Okay? Then we had the layover.
No, she had a layover. We didn't have a layover. We had a delay.
Okay, we had a delay. She had a layover. We had a delay. Okay. Now, we don't ever complain about a delay. We just say, okay, what can we do with this extra time we got?
Listen, we was like,
mind you, like anybody else, you probably think, oh, well, what's going on? What's going on with the flight? Or is it late coming from somewhere else or whatever? We just going to have us some fun. Cause that's just what
we just to chill out. It is going to be, we're going to get to Maryland. The wedding ain't till 3:00 the next day. We good.
Yeah. So we wasn't complaining about the delay at all. We were just rolling with the punches, And then, again, Once she saw, she said, maybe that might not be, they look like them, but I don't. Then she heard the voice. Once she got confirmation, she beeline to us. No hesitation. Boom. Whether it was a bold move, whether it was a courageous move, whether it was a faith move, whatever it was, she came straight to boom, beeline to it. And she didn't whisper. Everybody in there heard.
She was courageous about it. And it's just spiritually, it's like she said, I don't know if that's them from her eyes. Because sometimes you might not be able to see a thing, but you know God's voice. Not to say that we God. I'm just saying it symbolically. She heard the voice. She heard my voice. She said, I know that voice. And because she heard the voice, she made a
that gave her confirmation.
That gave her
what
confirmation.
She saw was what she saw.
She went. She came to us. Remind you, her flight was boarding. She took the risk and came over to us, got out of her line and came over to us to have a conversation. Because in her mind said, when will I ever be in Charlotte again? These people, I've heard these people have really had an influence in my life and in my friend's life. I'm going to make a move. If I got to get out this line, if I got to miss this flight on this layover, I'm going to take a faith move and go.
And I know what some of you are thinking right now. You're probably thinking, well, it wasn't that big of a move because all she said was hello. And no, she didn't. She said hello and she shared the story about her friend and what her friend was going through with us.
I'm telling you, it was more of a blessing
to us.
Like it was such a blessing to us because we were going through delays all day, delays and detours and going to another gate. And we did not complain at one time.
And here's the funny thing. As soon as she walked away, other people now watching like, who are these people?
Who are they?
But she and I looked at each other and said, that's why we have a delay. Look at what God is doing.
And no, this is the funny part. Look, everybody was over there looking at us like we was famous. We got on that plane and went all the way back to the back of the plane. They was like, well, who are they? It don't matter. We're going to the back of this plane and get our aisle and middle seat. They still don't know. And let me tell you, they don't need to know. They don't need to know who we were. The two parties who were there, or the three of us, it was a divine appointment. It was a divine appointment.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all it takes is a divine appointment.
Jill told her we need to take a picture with you. So we took the picture that y'all saw Jill post.
If you follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. Those of you that saw it, that's the picture we took of her. And then we gave her the opportunity to take a picture of us so she would
with her phone,
so she would have a photo also.
Mm-hmm. But when I say that thing blessed us for one to know that we are making an impact, because sometimes you'd be like, okay, am I really making an impact? But also to be able to make an impact across ethnicities. Hawaii is still America, but across the water. It just and then just the biggest takeaway is God's divine timing, how he orders and orchestrates steps. Like he makes it all, he continues to show how he orders steps. Our prayer every single morning, we shared this on a video last week. Our prayer every single morning is, Lord, order our steps that we're at the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing with the right people for the right reasons, according to your perfect will for our lives. So even if we are held up in traffic, we ain't tripping. Because we know our steps are ordered. We know God is preventing something from happening. There is a divine delay. is a divine, if the trap is a divine detour, but it's leading us to a good end, because that's what his word says. And that's where you have to know too, that even though sometimes it looks like a delay and a detour, it is because it's your person is also taking the delay and the detour to you.
It might be just another thing for them. Like I said, one was a detour, the other was a delay. Mm-hmm. But it all worked out because God's timing is God's timing.
He's working it out.
Let me share something with y'all. We were so excited to meet her, and she was excited to meet us, and we never got her name.
Never got her name.
She never said her name. She just told us that she was from Hawaii. So look,
if you are
the one that approached us in the airport,
please.
Thank you.
Please leave a comment
with your presence.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
And please share in the comments what your name is.
The other takeaway is watch how we act in public, because I don't know what we were saying. I don't know.
This is another reason why I keep saying you got to be aware of the spiritual realm at all times. Why? Because if we would have been complaining about the delay and then she walked up and we didn't receive her well, she'd have thought we was a bunch of, know what.
And if we would have been complaining, then she probably was like, no, I'm not going to approach them. Never mind.
But because we were in the mindset of God going to be God, we're going to let God be God. We're just going to enjoy the time that he gave us. We know that there's a reason behind everything that he's doing, and we ain't tripping that we don't know the reason for this particular delay, but we know he's doing something in our good.
Right.
So it's all good.
It's all good. It was just everything. I mean, how we didn't like the food in the lounge, how we said, you know what, we're going to go. Everything was specifically, divinely orchestrated. Everything for that moment right there. For that moment.
And everything had to take place in that order.
In order
for it to work out the way God designed it to.
Even for our gates to be next to each other. It's just like only God can do stuff like this. And this is not the first time. I mean, this is how our story is. And even, and just even how yesterday at the wedding, how in Wanda and Randy's wedding vows, Randy said, well, Wanda had moved to Atlanta years ago when she got married the first time. Randy had briefly moved to Atlanta. He didn't know Wanda then. He had briefly moved to Atlanta.
He said that they were both living in Atlanta for 5 years and their paths never crossed.
And the same thing with me and Terrence. 25 years ago, Terrence and I I was living in Charlotte. I had a job opportunity. I came down here for 6 months and lived in Charlotte for 6 months, and our paths never crossed. Yep. And that's to say, and then, but we don't know how God is orchestrating things. And so you've got to, first of all, you got to give him permission to order your steps, because if not, you're going to be making your own choices, and you want to relinquish your choices to what he wants for you. That's the biggest thing. And then you've got to allow him to, don't murmur and complain when you get those delays and those detours.
Yeah. And when you look at things, look at it through your spiritual lenses. Look at it through your spiritual eyes. Listen in your spiritual ears. So when the Holy Spirit is doing or saying something, you're going to be more in tune to hear it.
Yes.
Because some of these things is just a moment, time. Her flight was loading. So if one of us would have went to the bathroom, or we would have stood at a different spot, we would have missed that whole opportunity.
Yep. We would have missed it all. Just me going, you're right, just me going to the bathroom, because we still had time. Our flight was still delayed. We decided to just go to the, because any other time we would have still been in a lounge. Yeah. We would have not come down. We won't come down from the lounge until it is time to board. And this time we decided to come down out the lounge early. We had already been in the lounge for hours, almost 5 hours or something. close to 4 or 5 hours. We was like, no, listen, let's just go downstairs and just go early and find something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But any other time, we wouldn't have come out. And so when I say God orders steps, he orders steps.
Mm-hmm.
He is ordering your step in those detours that you think, in those delays. Oh, it's for a divine appointment in a divine time. So, yes.
So when something like that happens, don't start complaining. Don't start getting in the negative and bringing all this negativity into your moment.
Right.
Start saying, okay, Lord. Okay, I know you're doing something.
Yeah.
I'm ready, Lord. I'm ready for it. Whatever it is you have for me, I'm ready for it.
Yes.
And watch and see what he does for you.
And then you're going to get that approach. Somebody going to approach you. Or God going to say you approach that person.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't know how it is because everybody's love story is different. Yeah. So, all right. We hope this blesses you. Leave some comments below.
Yeah, we just wanted to share with you guys that we had an amazing weekend. For more reasons than one.
Yes, love was in the air. Oh, we got a prophetic word.
We got other people that approached us at the wedding. Who knew that many people?
It's like,
in the DMV
they was even saying, we follow you on the channel. So God is good. He is doing something so marvelous in our lives as well as yours. So keep your eyes and your ears open.
Yes, and for those of you that keep putting in the comments that you just happened to come across this platform and you want us to pray for God to do something about helping you find your person, the fact that God brought this platform across.
That's ordering your steps.
Yes, that's ordering your steps. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that he's ordering. He's putting you in the company with people that are going to pray for you and that are going to help uplift you about wherever it is you are in your journey.
Yes. All right.
So with that being said, we pray that this sends you back to the Word of God.
Yes.
And what it says about your personal situation.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you guys in our next video.
Yeah. All right.
Peace.
Peace.